If you look at everything that has occurred in the recent years surrounding religious institutions, it has really been horrific. You had, and I don't have to go back 40 and 50 years to find something, you can find something in the recent years. You had Dylan Roof kill 9 people at a church that invited him in, embraced him. And you had, if you remember, it was a mass shooter that went into a church and shot up mostly children, killed mostly kids. And we had another separate shooting at a different synagogue that killed mostly elderly people. We had the church burnings down in Louisiana, the 3 Black churches. And you had the Notre Dame Cathedral. Just that cathedral been there for 850 years. Built in the 11th century. Gone. Gone. And now we have this shooting. All signs that people need to get away from these institutions. It's a damn shame you can't go to your church, synagogue, wherever you go, and find peace, because the country is so damn violent, filled with gun-wielding, violent people, you can't even find peace there. This is how you know things aren't right, and things must change, ladies and gentlemen. This is not how the world was supposed to be. It was never supposed to be this violent. But this earth is violent. Since these folks have been in charge, it has been nothing but breakouts of violence everywhere, warring everywhere, killing everywhere. There has been no peace on this earth. And that's a shame. And even if you point it, well, they don't have that much violence there, they still got violence. Okay, even places with low violence, they still got some. That's not comforting when you got this whole big world breaking out in protest and war, and it just go to show you, under these folks' rulership, the world is unhappy. Nobody is happy except for them. Yeah, I see plenty wrong with that. But just know, just as long as the powers that are in charge of this world now, you will never see a thing change. This world will continue on being violent until it's finally out of their hands. As long as it remains with them, we are not going to have a moment's peace on this planet. Violence everywhere. 19-year-old kills 1, wounds rabbi and 2 others at synagogue. A 19-year-old gunman opened fire inside a synagogue near San Diego as worshipers celebrated the last day of a major Jewish holiday, killing a woman and wounding the rabbi and 2 others Saturday, authorities said. Trump and other elected officials decried what they called an anti-Semitic attack. Yeah, really, Trump? It's amazing Did you say anything about those black churches? Didn't hear a peep out of you. But one thing about Trump, at least he's consistent. He said something when the last synagogue got shot up, and he said something this time. The other institutions, and well, he wasn't around when Dylan Roof happened. Can't say nothing about that. But the problem is you got too many guns in the hands of very off-balance people in America. And there's no way to remedy that, ladies and gentlemen. It has gotten out of hand, just like their drug addiction is out of hand, and they can't really do anything to remedy that, except for periodically come out whining about it and asking for more money. In this case, you have another person with violent tendencies have guns, and that's the problem. They have no way to remedy it. They like the fact that all these guns are out here. So they're out here, and it has done nothing but made the world more dangerous. It's not like they have guns and they are responsible with their guns. They have guns and want to use their guns and kill people. And there's, please don't come with the Chicago stuff. You could add up all the violence in Chicago and it would never surpass all of the violence that comes out of certain communities. It really wouldn't. The Chicago incident is being carried out not by the people that live there. All those shootings are not being carried out by the residents. Those are people going into Chicago and causing all of those problems. Outsiders are doing it. There were indications an AR-type assault weapon might have malfunctioned after the gunman, identified as John Earnest, fired numerous rounds inside the Chabad of Poway, San Diego County. All right, so that's what the sheriff is saying, William Gore. An off-duty Border Patrol agent working as security guard fired at the shooter as he ran away, missing him but striking his getaway vehicle, San Diego County Sheriff William Gore said. Shortly after fleeing, Earnest called 911 to report the shooting. So the mass shooter called 911 on himself. San Diego Chief David Neslett said, when an officer reached him on a roadway, the suspect pulled over, jumped out of his car with hands up, and immediately taken into custody. Oh, y'all didn't wrestle him down to the ground and pile on him? Y'all didn't do that? That's what you do to unarmed people. But y'all didn't rush them and pile all on top of them, kicking them in the head, kicking them all over. Y'all didn't do that? Oh, I guess that's only for unarmed people, right? Screwed up place. The sheriff said a girl and two men, including the rabbi, were wounded as the Jewish congregation gathered for Passover, a week-long commemoration of the deliverance. These folks had nothing to do with those Hebrews out in the wilderness. Come on. They got the highest skin cancer rate on earth in Israel. How would these people be able to survive a desert? And they can't even survive the sun over in Israel without getting all kinds of skin cancers. Y'all need to quit. For real. A Jewish leader in the San Diego area identified the victims of the shooting. Okay, Lori K., 60. She was killed. And the rabbi, the Yana Fradkin, executive director of Chabad of San Diego County, the injured in the shooting Saturday, the Rabbi Yisrael Goldstein, Noah Danhan, and Amag Perez, 34. So it was a 60-year-old that was killed. The rabbi, I don't know why they didn't give his age, not unless he's 62. An 8-year-old and a 34-year-old were injured. You know, there's nothing you can do unless America will take a stand against these mass shootings and take a stand against these violent very violent people that are gun owners in this country. And they're not going to do that. We already know they're going to let these shootings happen, ladies and gentlemen, because having a gun is more important than a few sacrificial lambs that die along the way, even if it's their children, as you can see. You see, since the Parkland shooting, their remedy is arm the teachers. So arm more people. And then arm more people and arm more people. That's the solution. And all I can say is to my brothers and sisters down in Florida, the moment they arm up, because they already passed a bill in, I think, the Senate locally down there, the moment they arm these teachers, you need to get your black child out of there. These teachers are off balance without a gun. You're going to sit there and let your child be in a classroom and risk that danger being with these same off-balance pedophile teachers, because teachers in America are pedophiles. That's why all of these children these stories keep cropping up about children being molested and having sex with teachers and everything, because these teachers, mainly these female teachers, are pedophiles. And they have been exposed to having sex with children at a very young age. That's why they're doing this stuff, y'all. It's taught. It's too many of them doing it. It's being taught. And chances are they probably had sex as children. And all that mess is now filtering out in the public around your children. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the sky and it's all these different colors in the sky. It's really amazing sitting here talking to you and watching the sky. But the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, be careful out here. It is dangerous. Even sitting in your church or synagogue, believing that you can pray and have some peace, there's going to be somebody trying to get in and take that peace away from you. If you remember, there was also a Kroger shooting of a black man and black woman. And I believe it was in Tennessee last year. And if you remember, that shooter went to a black church first, but couldn't get in. And he had a rap sheet, a long rap sheet. And see, this is also the price of not properly charging people with crimes. Many of these people have run-ins with the law, but the police see that they're like them. Oh, well, you're like me. I'm not going to charge you. And a lot of these people really should be charged and jailed. And you got cops and judges sitting on the bench, letting people go that are committing felonies. And that's rampant in America too. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. This is a disgrace, but it's up to America to fix this. And they won't do it. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.